Hey Valiant fans, how you doing? This is Jason Smith, and Manic is my hardcat's name. I am here today to show you how to carve a pumpkin. So this is Jay Fabry's picture that she did for Dinesh, our fearless leader. Going to use that image, and I ran it through my phone on a program that I have, and makes it like this. And then you tape it to the front. I got my duct tape because we're in Canada. Tools. These are the pins. Now the pin, this here works better because you got a little handle to poke. This is harder because you got to use your fingers and it's slippy. These are the tools that I use. These are the V-shaped ones here. And then this is the scoop-shaped one. And it takes a little bit more skill because it tends to veer off side to side. Carving, you got carving knife, and then this is a scalpel, like from the art store. It's pretty cheap. Those are kind of important. You can use a razor blade, wrap some tape around it or something. This year I'm going to use this. I made the handle. It's a West Coast native carving knife. I'm hoping that can speed up the process of pumpkin carving. So I'm just going to go right into cutting open the pumpkin, since it's the first step. When you do it, you put your blade in at an angle. And this is pretty easy, pretty quick. My favorite part, zoom in, the brains. Chop that stuff off. Now if you're going to use a candle, you can do a V-hole on the side like this. And what that does is it gives you a little bit of oxygen. You can do that whenever. I just did it now because I'm doing it right now. So is that going to fit? There it is. Perfect. So that's our front. And I tape that on. But I'm going to show you a bit more carving, but we'll be right back. So this is a canning lid. Canning lids are really great, as I found out last year. A lot of people, they like to pull all the stuff out, but you don't really have to do that. All you got to do is just start going at it. And all that stuff will fall to the bottom. And the ridge on here acts as like a cutter. Cuts into it. It makes it a lot thinner. And you can take all this stuff out and dump it pretty much in one entire go. You don't even have to really get your hands too dirty. But yeah, so this is how you take down the inside of the pumpkin. You take all that stuff off and you get it thinner and thinner and thinner. What I like to do is take it and carve it and then take it out on the inside, because then it's a lot easier than doing it now, and then it'll be brittle later. But yeah. Okay. So the inside has all been scraped out. It's looking really good. It's a little bit thinner in the front where I want the picture to be. I've already taped it on for your leisure. Now I left this piece off so I can show you when you're doing it, you'll get things like the finger or pieces up here, how it's a crease like that. When you crease it, you have to line it up or it's going to be wobbly when you do it. So you got to pull it, and you see how I can move it how I want it. So right there, how his arm is down, boom. And then this here, you just gently fold it, boom. Like that, and then you're done. Now the pin, this sucks. This is really good. So all you're going to do is you follow it around and you just make dots all over the whole thing. And it doesn't have to be super awesome, just kind of, you know, as long as you follow the line. And then with your knife you're going to do connect the dots. So I'll get back and show you the next step. Ready? So I got it all taped on. Make sure you wipe the pumpkin before you tape it on because there's a waxy coating and a lot of tape doesn't like to stick. So I've already pinned the whole thing. I don't know if you can see that. Probably not.
A little bit.
So what you want to do is you want to save your picture because your picture will tell you exactly how and where the pins are and what it looks like and what's in proportion and what's not. So when you're carving,
sort of.
The lighting isn't very good in here. So you save this. Now this area here on Dinesh, all the black is going to be just cut in. That's all I'm going to do. You can do it where everything else is cut out. So there's multiple different ways to carve a pumpkin, and I'm just going to carve all the black out. That's all I'm going to do. Make it kind of quick. So today I'm going to use a scalpel, and you literally connect the dots. You connect the dots on the entire thing.
Got it.
Alright.
Okay.
So I finished cutting in with my little knifey. Can you see it?
Yep.
Oh good. So now I use different tools, and I'm probably going to use this. Don't mind the sparkles. It's a little V-tip. And you just start on one side. You follow that line that you did. You don't really have to do that line, or that first line, but it gives you a nice guide. And if you screw up on the cutting, then this you can kind of hide it. So yeah, it's easy. So I finished cutting in with the knife, and then I did this, and I did the whole thing, and I'm not really sure how happy I am with this, but we'll just continue and hopefully it'll look good when it's lit. So obviously you can file out the back and just call it quits, but I like to dig down, so I use a crab, whatever you call it, pick, and I cut down on the lines like this to get them really deep. And yeah, there's other ways you can carve it too. It doesn't always have to be just doing the lines like I'm doing. You can, make Dinesh pop out, or leave some of this stuff for his face or his eyes. I haven't done his eyes yet because I need to do it last. I was thinking of putting some food coloring in the hole where I put his eyes so they glow red, so it'd be like a bloodshot Dinesh. I thought that'd be pretty wicked. But anyway, that's all for now. Alright, so we're back. Here's the pumpkin. And I've used the V tool, and I've done all little areas, and then I've gone over it with the pick and dug it down everywhere. And not far, maybe like that. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to scrape more out of the inside, and that'll make it more visible. Alright, so that was easy. Didn't take much out because I'm using a high-powered light. You can use lights, believe it or not. So if you're not reading Valiant comics, there's something wrong with you because they absolutely rock. And for those who are reading Valiant comic books, advertise Valiant by making a Valiant pumpkin and putting it online and getting it to trend, because more people that see Valiant stuff, the better. Thanks guys. Cheers.